To answer to the first question of my presentation about why I'm here today, the answer is very easy. Someone I love and to whom I have an enormous admiration has a disease for which there is no cure. Our diagnosis arrived at the age of 16 years old because my sister was diagnosed with cerebral palsy until 16 years old, although she had clinical features that were not fitting with the cerebral palsy, such as vomiting, high fever, unexplained unconscious states that finished after 4 or 5 days, strabismus, muscular hypotonia, and inverted nipples. As you already know all, because you know CDG, basically my sister's body does not make one enzyme needed to build correctly antennas formed by sugars that will attach to proteins that you can see in black here, or to lipids. In Princess Liliana life, CDG has enormous consequences, not only for her life, but as well for my parents' life and my life. Because in our case, CDG is a multi-systemic disorder, as you already know, and there is a neurologic affectation, heart affectation as well, kidney, hematologic affectation, bones, and visual affectation. So when we received our diagnosis, we faced enormous challenges. And one of them was anxiety, need for looking for help, desperately looking for help, frustration, guilty, isolation, fear, and sadness. On the other hand, CDG had an enormous impact at the economic level of our family's life, as well on looking for rights, because CDG produces disability, and as well looking for resources to help us, and as well in our case, it was tremendously difficult to my mother to find a job. Another consequence, it was that we needed urgently to find families. We met the first families affected by CDG 10 years after we received our diagnosis. We only met them by internet through the CDG Family Network webpage. And as well, a part of willing to find families, we needed to understand the disease. We needed to look for the good direction, where to go, because we were completely lost. And in addition, we had suffered misdiagnosis, and there was a lack of information. And finally, another huge impact, it was that there was a disease for which there is no cure. So me as a sibling, CDG affected me in the way that it helped me to find the direction at the professional level. And I ended up by doing a PhD in cellular biology because or you become a medical doctor in order to help your parents each time that you go to the medical visit, or you become a researcher in order to understand the diagnosis. And then, a part of doing the research work, during my PhD, we founded the association based in the main impact factors that we suffered. So in this case, what we wanted to do with the association, it was to support families. On the other hand, the other pillar of our association and objective was to inform, educate, and empower families. And finally, we wanted to advocate for rights and to boost research. Just to present you our small organization, because it is very small, our association was founded in 2010. It is a non-profit organization. We have only 42 members two are our honorary members, Dr. Maria Antonia Vilaseca and Professor Yaken. We cover for the moment only two rare metabolic diseases because we are called Portuguese Association for CDG and related metabolic diseases. And we have actually 7 volunteers, and we are members at EURORDIS, the European Organization for Rare Metabolic Diseases. And we have 300 euros annual budget in our association, and all the budget comes from our member fees. So concerning our strategic management and organizational structure in our non-profit association, we have a main mission, which is to build a global voice against the impact of rare metabolic diseases in affected individuals and family members. We have a strong vision. We do believe in a worldwide patient-focused research aimed at fostering translational research. The ultimate goal is definitely to find cures for CDG. We wish to make a difference in families' lives, develop standards of care or care considerations, and finally, improving medical care to patients. In essence, we envision a brighter future for those affected for rare metabolic diseases. And our values are patient and families focused, respect and integrity for all, passion, responsibility and team volunteer work spirit, tenacity, excellence, and creativity in all we do. So, our major goal is definitely to boost research, translational research. So, first question is how we effectively promoted research. So, actually, we did different activities. In one hand, sharing knowledge. Many of you receive our CDG International e-newsletters. In the last few months, no, because we were extremely busy with the organization of the event. We have access to scientific articles. So myself, I select articles that might be interesting for families, and I disseminated them. We have leaflets in different languages, a web page, Skype support. So many families of young children do ask for Skype in order to do questions and so on. And we have a wonderful guide to understanding CDG that actually it is in different languages, Spanish, English, Dutch, and Portuguese. And I have to you have to apologize me because I need to edit the practical guide. I will do it as soon as possible. And we have all the social network tools, CDG United, CDG Family Network, the Spanish Association as well has a Facebook webpage, the French one and the Portuguese. And as well, we are on RareConnect, as you all know. And we were happy to know that 11 of our research teams participated in the content of RareConnect. So a part of sharing knowledge, we as well did and wrote grant and projects. So they were mainly focused on cell biology and patient registry. And as well, we participated recently at the embryonic stages of APCDG-DMR that Mercedes Ran will present later. Another type of activities that we promote are awareness and dissemination amongst general public and healthcare professionals. So I hope you all know that we have a fairy tale on CDG, about CDG in 11 languages. And I'm happy to share with the whole audience that the German, Greek, Czech and Dutch version, they are now ready to download. Is that correct, Maria Antonia? Yeah? Yeah? So, and we will soon have other languages, and this project involved 20 collaborators. We have as well implemented a very interesting activity, which was the Metabolic Storyteller Show in Barcelona and in Lisbon. And we are actually translating part of the content of Guia Metabolica, which is a platform dedicated to patient-friendly content, and we are translating it into Portuguese, and this involved the coordination of 34 collaborators. And we as well participate with idea sharing, like articles about dance targeted to special people, etc. We were involved as well in a CDG toolkit, which actually it is a PowerPoint that we did for families. We did it together with Bas Houghton and Andrea Berarducci from United States. And basically, it helps families to go to schools and talk about CDG and raise awareness. And finally, we did many sort of conferences, scientific affairs, symposiums, roundtables. So actually, in the 3 last years, we did 8 in total. And soon we will have, again, a new symposium in Portugal organized by our organization, together with Paula Videira, that you will have tomorrow a presentation. So finally, a way to effectively promote research is by boosting visibility. We are patient representative at the international level. We participated in 18 conferences and courses by direct invitation or selection. And we did as well communication through oral and poster presentations. We did 16 in total in these 3 last years. We did as well publications. For example, we participated in this article that you can see here, together with Dr. Paz Briones and Dr. Vilaseca, which is named Congenital Disorders of Glycosylation from Glycoproteins to Patient Care. So if we look to the drug development pipeline, so here you have what I called pre-research, pre-drug, and pre-therapy. And then we have here research, drug, and therapy. Actually, our organization is at this level, in the pre-research, drug, and therapy. And what we really want is to directly boost research. So we think that there is a kind of challenge to overcome, because even if this work it has an added value, we want to jump to this part of the slide. And another challenge that we found is that until the moment, even if we have a strong collaboration with many laboratories and with many researchers and medical doctors, we are actually, so far, we are not full and equal partners or developers or funders of research on CDG projects. So how to learn to overcome these barriers or these challenges? So what we have done to present today, it was a SWOT analysis, which SWOT comes from strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And this is very helpful to find the direction that you want to give to your nonprofit organization or to your company. So basically, we found many strengths in the actions that we do. We are a community-oriented association with many innovative projects, which are actually our assets. We have a global extensive network, a good and trustful reputation, or I hope so. We have research maximization, and we as well can be very helpful in crisis communication, in engaging people for activities, volunteers, and we vote all the time for transparency. Concerning weakness in our association, we are very limited in human and capital resources. We don't do fundraising, and we don't know yet how to do intellectual property agreements, and the management it has a limited number of people involved on it as well. Our webpage is not updated, and we strongly believe that to run the nonprofit organization in the good direction, we definitely need more business skills, or to orient the nonprofit organization with business skills, and we have very few members. Then, concerning opportunities, as you all know, currently there is a favorable momentum for rare diseases in Europe, because there are many, many opportunities. There is ERDIC, and there will be as well Horizon 2020, which are funds for research, and it will be launched on 2014. we consider that as opportunities we have good and influential connections, and we have as well clear goals and objectives, and we can expand a lot in different parts of the world. And as opportunity, it is, as you know, it is known that most of the CDG is still to be discovered. And another opportunity that we have is that we can really cultivate and nurture the sense of community, and we can become maybe a model for other associations. And concerning threats, actually there are many non-profit associations with whom we have to learn to work as well. Complexities across borders, standards of care. There are threats as well in terms of government and lack of funding, lack of cooperation, and cultural differences. Another way to learn as well to overcome challenges, we find that it might be interesting that we have to do like a competitive analysis, which is think about what we want to learn and what kind of distinctive competencies we want to have, image, key, strategy, strength, research information on programs, etc. And we find that it might be very helpful to identify the major competitors globally and then learn from them and be with them and boosting collaboration amongst different patient organizations, because actually the niche is very small. So with these ideas that we started to work, we started to build new goals and objectives for a new model to tackle CDG. And actually the main goal is definitely partnering to jump across the valley of death. And the objectives are two: research, FRDT, funding, researching, drugging, and therapying. And the other part, it is social, which consists in supporting families. So, I'm glad for the first time to present what I think it can be the future for CDG, a short-term plan, which is the formation of a non-profit biotech company to tackle CDG. And for this, we must provide some products and services. And as you can see here, in our new model, we have families and professionals in the nucleus of all operations. And how we, scientists' families, can be helpful on the research side and on the social side. So actually, we can be project developers, partners, funders, managers, co-coordinators, coordinators, and obviously source of inspiration. So what we aim to do is actually to take advantage of the networking that we have implemented already and doing a networking hub between basic research, clinical research, and regulatory bodies. And what we want to boost are what we want to potentiate are those projects that have a huge potential to jump really the valley of death. All families know the terminology valley of death? No? So the valley of death is the fact that we have many projects in the basic science side, and then we don't move ahead to the programs on clinical research and having clinical trials programs and so on. So we have many projects in the basic science, and we have to jump this valley of death that they call in order to have clinical programs, clinical research programs happening, more or less, with easy words. So, and we think that the fact that we do actions like this conference actually will boost this networking hub. And in addition, we have already different patient members in our association that are already in contact with regulatory bodies and that know how our orphan drug designations dossier done, which can be very helpful. So once we identify the different areas and projects where we really want to work together, we think that we will have to really have a portfolio, and one idea could be to boost crowdfunding together, for example. Have like a kind of list of projects and try to do crowdfunding through web pages. And so another important issue is that all the work that we scientists, families, and professionals will develop will become of major interest for major pharma companies, probably as well for venture capital. And this at the end will nurture or give funds for this networking hub and so on, and will be very helpful to boost research. On the social part, the networking hub will be basically formed by families. So what we have in our mind is capacity building, which is with the different skills that our families have, we can try to give like a kind of professional formation and have different projects and develop different projects that can be in the advocacy area or as well fundraising. And we aim as well to give assistance to our families. So together, this part of the non-profit company will boost and explore new research areas, will give visibility to CDG, funds, and awareness and dissemination. And the final goal is definitely to get the way to therapeutics as soon as possible. So the main challenge that we will face are what we call family scientist resistance. We think that actually is not a big challenge because we can always communicate and reach agreements in order to boost science together. Another big issue is the money, but we have ideas to apply for the Horizon 2020 in 2014. And then we have a world of opportunities because we have already many people that want to join us in this adventure. We have regulation in our side. We know that nowadays that orphan drugs are actually profitable. I mean, it is like that. At the end, you have to talk about profits. And as I told you, we have a huge amount of current projects in which we can enter in and start to work. So actually, what I have shown you so far, it is a business plan design and solid strategic plan. And so far, what we have are our goals and objectives, mission, vision, and values. And we have as well our key success factors, which are basically focused on the intellectual capital that we have in the association, the strategic management, the unique motivation that we all have in the association, our core competencies, and competitive advantage. So altogether, we can say that we are actually ready for a unique and valuable, passionate adventure. So finally, as I told you, we are building our business plan for the future. We didn't finish yet. We have many decisions to take, and we really wish to take them together. We have to define many issues, and one of them that we can already start to work all together is whether it is really worth to do like a kind of new company, an alliance between all of us, a consultancy company, a consortium, and how it would be the decision-making authority. So nowadays, just to let you know where we are nowadays, so basically, at the beginning, we actually felt like the black sheep in the family, and we felt like we were the only one in the family. But then, 3 years ago, we discovered that we were not alone, and that rare diseases are more common than what we think. So we also passed from asking desperately for help to be with the other families and helping each other. And here you can see a very nice photo from our last meeting 2 years ago here as well in Barcelona. And we also discovered that I, my sister, and them, we are all a big family. And we also passed from trying to understand the disease to trying to explain it to a scientific audience. And finally, just to let you know that now that there is some serenity in our life, because CDG now became more calm, let's say, in terms of consequences, we really believe that we can help, and we hope to help many other children. And we believe now that we really can work together and find solutions together and see life in a different way. So my presentation is fully dedicated to the person that it's difficult to describe, but she's definitely the most amazing person that I ever met in my life so far. So she's my daily inspiration and the driving force. She represents definitely the power of love, determination, and freedom. And thanks to her, life has a different meaning and intensity. I believe that hope alone is not a plan, so we must continue in the good way and working together. Thanks to all families and members, volunteers, and we are very grateful to all medical doctors and researchers that are really trying to change CDG landscape. We have strong relationships with Spain and Portugal, but I mean, we are worldwide, definitely. So, special thanks to Professor Yakin. This is an amazing cartoon from my sister. She won the award of the best cartoon last Christmas in the Guia Metabolica, so we are very proud of this achievement. So just tell you that CDG patient's voice is growing. So soon I will be happy to write here Brazil, and we have already many different associations worldwide. That's all. Thank you.